And opinions shared by our guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Nexstar or its team.
Got a question for you. Do you have a financial team working for you to make sure you're making the best decisions leading up to retirement and beyond?
If not, I've got a good one for you. Greg with Prosperity Group Advisors has over 35 years of experience of working for clients. Greg, you're joining us live to talk about some decisions that we need to be considering right now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Like what? Because
Like,
everything's a little crazy right now.
No, there's nothing going
Okay,
on.
okay.
Not topsy-turvy at all.
Just got back from Mexico. We
Yeah.
come back from Mexico. You know, I have a cert that says I survived. I won't say what.
Yes.
Not on air. But anyway,
Yes.
I survived it.
Yeah,
and we come
everywhere
in here and there's a war.
Right.
I mean, go figure.
That
So,
gets scary with the
markets.
obviously lives and stuff, but like with the markets and money and just the uncertainty.
Well, people need an estate plan. That's the moral of the story. Regardless of what's going on, people need an estate plan. And I keep stressing that to people. We have our prosperity plan, which are the 7 steps to a more prosperous retirement. And guess what? Most advisors don't talk about a plan. They
Right.
stick your money in the market. You know, the question, here's something that's interesting. The market plans for stuff like that just happened in Iran. Usually 6 months ahead, they see the signs. What they don't plan for is what happened at COVID. That was what I call a black swan event.
Yeah.
Now, if this thing escalates, it becomes a black swan event. And so for people to just sit there and manage through something that could literally evolve into World War III is daunting. So you've got to have a plan on, if something goes wrong, how are you protected?
Yeah, and I think when we talk about estate plans, I think people think about, oh, something's going to happen to me, but you know, anything could happen to any of us at any time.
At any time.
So it's something that we are going to have to deal with at some point, but having that peace of mind of talking about it in advance helps it go as smooth as it can, right?
Absolutely. Even our attorney, we were going to do some collaboration together, and he actually did. His name is Chase Campbell, and then Chase and I did a collaboration on one of our TV shows, radio shows. And he said something that was striking me. He said, Greg, your kids need an estate plan. I said, well, we've got the assets. He goes, no. Who makes the decision if something happens to one of their kids? So in other words, if they become unconscious or God forbid something happens, we don't think about that. But that's all part of that whole mindset.
So how do you get started? Obviously, you got to like have a lawyer to do all that.
Yeah, we get, you know, we'll talk to people. We'll offer the lawyer connections that we have, but it's up to the clients if they have their own. But the idea is you want someone that has knowledge as to what to do. What happens if you own property in one state and another state?
The taxes, all that good.
Yeah, so my lawyer here set me up here, but I have to use, fortunately I have a friend down in Sarasota that's handling the property in Sarasota. So these are things that we don't think about.
They can get really complicated and tricky with, you know, like you said, multiple states involved. You know, maybe someone's not married, they've been together for a long time.
Yes.
There are lots of different things like that can happen. So the best way is to call you, let people know what their situation is, so you and your team can best serve their needs.
We will establish, we'll help them establish a plan, give them a map, if you will, a money map that says, hey, this is where my money's going, this is what my situation is going. See, a lot of people think wills might be adequate.
Right.
But wills go through probate.
Yeah.
So for myself, we have a trust. All right. Why do we have a trust? Because I want to control the narrative as opposed to letting the court control the narrative. And these are strategies that people think, oh, you've got to be worth millions to have that, but that's not true.
No, that's good. And anything you do to keep like probate out of it too, which is another reason why you won't. We hear this a lot. So Greg, thank you for putting it, you know, top of mind. MyMoneyIsSafe.com, the easiest website to go to. Obviously, that number on your screen, it'll be on. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks,
You're
Greg.
quite welcome.
All right, going to take a short break. More YC after this.